Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and I'm the 90s guy. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of my favorite memories of growing up and, just just kind of reminiscing. Now, we all remember the store Circuit City. Circuit City was a company that was founded in the year 1949. Back then, it was known as Ward. And in the 1970s is when it went into the electronics market and really, started its strive towards being the number two electronics in the nation behind Best Buy. Now, we all know that Circuit City is no longer a company because it closed down in 2009. Now, Circuit City was very interesting because it had a lot of things that Best Buy did have, but they were also cheaper on a lot of things too. They had CDs, TVs, VCRs, Blu-ray players, appliances, car stereos, basically the same type of stuff. But they also had their own Geek Squad, which was known as Fire Dog. And I bought quite a few electronics over the years from them, laptops, DVDs, video games, stuff like that. And I had one actually about a half hour away from where I live, and unfortunately, like I said, they went bankrupt. They were purchased by another company and merged with Tiger Direct Electronics. And then recently, I was totally blown away by this. A company purchased them and is now going to be opening what they call boutique stores under the Circuit City name, and it's now known as Circuit City Corporation. Now, this is an interesting thing because those who grew up in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, we all know about electronic stores. Radio Shack, Best Buy, Circuit City, the list goes on. Sears, J.C. Penney, places like that. They've always been big in electronics. Now that you can buy stuff online, the actual brick and mortar stores kind of went away, unfortunately. But, it was always cool to go in there on a Tuesday, when they'd get the new music and movies. And during Christmas time, you'd go in there and they'd have sales. We still have a Best Buy near us. Best Buy I don't think is ever going to go away. Because they have done one of the biggest things that Circuit City did not, and they adapted with the times. Same thing with Radio Shack. Best Buy has basically every new device you could possibly get, and they're constantly updating the store. They did away with a lot of their CDs, a lot of their department deals with cellular phones, the smartphones, flat screens, laptops, tablets. Circuit City, one of their biggest things was appliances, and they did away with the appliances at one time, and they really lost a lot of business. And, there was a lot of things that led up to Circuit City going. I kind of seen it coming after a while. It sucked because I like ordering stuff online, but I would rather go to a store, see it right there, buy it, take it home, and use it. I'm very impatient when it comes to making a purchase. So, for those who remember the, good old electronic stores, it was cool. You had stations where you could listen to some of the CDs with the headphones. You could try out the laptops right there in the store. Everything was just right there. You didn't have to wait, 3 or 4 days for it to come in the mail. You could check it out there, right there in the store. I remember, even buying VHS tapes, and that definitely shows my age. I used to buy cassette tapes and CDs, which a lot of people don't buy CDs anymore. Some do, some don't. Most just download it on iTunes or listen to it, through MP3 files, stuff like that. And I went to a Best Buy location a couple weeks ago with a good friend of mine, and I'm looking around the store and I realized that the big CD selection, they used to have like 3 rows of this stuff, big 3 aisles, was reduced to about an aisle and a half. And I realized, wow, they've really consolidated it and, made most of the area available to other, the video, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Wii U. They did away with, I don't even think I've seen a PC game over there anymore. I used to see those everywhere. which I never really got into PC gaming, but that's besides the point. I mean, they used to have PC games. I remember going into a store when I was a kid, Toys R Us, when they had the thing where, like, you'd see it on the wall, there'd be like a ticket on the wall, and you would take the ticket for the individual game, you'd bring it up to the register, and you'd give them that, and they'd give you your game, and then you'd pay for it. And that was the system they had. Now it's all on shelves. You know, the game's right there. I don't know. Maybe it's just nostalgia talking, but I really miss just going into the store with, you know, your mom and dad or your friends and just picking out your favorite CD, favorite movie right there. It was just something really special about that. You know, you had your money you saved up from your allowance or your job or whatever. You were able to buy it, and it was something special, you know, as opposed to just pointing and clicking and waiting for it to arrive at your door. But I mean, it's 2016. You know, the internet gets stronger and stronger every day. More and more people buy things over the internet as opposed to going to a store, and that's just the way it is. I guess I just wish for simpler times. You know, even movies. You know, I mean, granted, movies still make tons of money, but I was always excited when the movies would come out on VHS and then DVD. Now it's like, well, I guess I could wait, or I'll download it, or, you know, get it off Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And same thing with, you know, franchises like Sam Goody. You know, they're no longer there. There are no music stores. There was a chain called Waves. We had some around here called Camelot, and I think Disc Jockey and a couple other places. And, you know, as you know, the Radio Shack, which I think eventually is going to go bankrupt. It's unfortunate, but, you know, they didn't change with the times, and by the time they did, it was just too late. But anyways, thanks for coming along this nostalgic journey with me. I appreciate all your views. Like this video, subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see y'all later.